What is good, YouTube, man? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. Hey, one thing that's good about not playing on a Sunday is that we are stress free. We are stress free. It's a stress free Sunday, man. It's a stress free Sunday, but we are here to talk about what will be going down tomorrow on prime time football for the entire NFL fan base to see. This is going to be interesting, man. Tomorrow will be interesting, okay? So, shout out to everybody who's already in the building. Hit that like button if you have not already. And really quick, let's get into what we always do, man. Robert, quick shout out to my guy, Miguel in the building. New Journal, salute. Kyle was popping. Michael, Raider Primos is good. Julio Jones. Robert. All right, let's see. Brian, who else? Jimmy, Taz in the building. Everybody's already in here. Big Worm, SVT. Shout out to all the members of the channel, man. If you would like to become a member, you can. The link is in the chat now. Philip, yeah, man, it does suck, man. I wish they could have handled their business, but at the end of the day, we can't expect teams to do what we should have done, right? So at the end of the day, it sucks, but still our fault, you know. Let's see. AJ was popping. Raiders Shack was popping. Shout out to my guy Sean, always hooking it up with the latest and greatest news. Fucking Chargers got lucky. Shout out to Larry, man. That's a fact. Robert, Anthony Estrada was popping. Mark was good with everybody in here. Already more than 50 deep. Please hit that like button if you have not already. Jimmy says, I want that hat. I forgot where I got this one. I think I might have got this in yeah, I got this at Liz in Sacramento. Um let's see. Yo, Andy, do you think we'll see Martinez on the field tomorrow? Absolutely. So we'll actually kick it off starting with the linebackers then. Shout out to my guy right here for kicking it off, Brian, asking great questions. So with that being said, we do know that Jayon Brown and I believe Jayon Brown has officially been ruled out for tomorrow's matchup. Now, unfortunately, Jayon Brown is probably our best coverage linebacker on the team, and we are going up against an extremely pass heavy quarterback, right? Patrick Mahomes, he's going to want to do what he always does to every team, and that's pass the ball, air it out. And Jayon Brown being out, it is a hamstring injury, and he will not play tomorrow. But with that being said, Denzel Perryman got cleared, and we know from a few days ago that Blake Martinez was signed to the active roster and is expected to play tomorrow night. So it kind of sucks that our best coverage linebackers out for this week, but shit happens. We've got to win regardless. Let's see. Any word on Max baby girl yet? Yeah, no word. If Max is, I doubt that Max already had his kid. I'm pretty sure we would have heard that. It would have been all over the Raiders pages and all that kind of stuff. But he is expected to travel with the team today, so I think that it'll all go to plan, hopefully. I hope it doesn't happen tomorrow at this point. I hope it happens after the game, and we can bless Max Crosby's newborn baby girl with a win, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, if she is set to go into labor tomorrow, well, we got to handle business regardless. Okay. Got to handle business regardless. Let's see. Hunter is back. That is correct. He is fully cleared. He was no longer wearing the red non-contact jersey in the last 2 days of practice, so that is good. My guys, I'm coming back later, fellas. Shout out to my guy Wasted, always showing love. Let's see. Max Crosby is going to be dedicated. Is going to dedicate this game to his baby girl. Look, man, Max Crosby. This dude is about to have a hell of a fucking game. I'll tell you that much. He's about to have a hell of a fucking game. And guess what? We don't have a game next week. So after tomorrow, she can take as much time as she needs, right? So we'll see, man. We'll see. Seems like we have a lot of run defensive players more so than coverage defensive players, and this is a passing game tomorrow night. That is correct, right? But we are expected to see a ton of Blake Martinez, although he was just elevated or activated. But Blake Martinez, we should see a good amount of him tomorrow night against the Chiefs. Now, of course, Patrick Graham has had some of his best performances, some of his best games against this Chiefs team. Now, of course, it is a little bit different and no longer has Tyreek Hill and a bunch of other guys. But at the end of the day, it is different. And I'm not saying that Patrick Graham is some chief killer, but it definitely does help that he knows the team very well. He held them to, I believe, 16 points last year in their meeting. So there's that. Some other good news, right? It comes back to our tight end room, and it's not about Darren Waller. Foster Moreau practiced yesterday in a limited fashion. So that is very, very, very good news, in my opinion. Foster Moreau, that dude, he can block, he can catch, he can high point the football. He can do everything you want from a tight end. And he practiced for the first time yesterday. He is questionable to play tomorrow, so he hasn't been ruled out. The only player that was ruled out was Jayon Brown yesterday. Now, Sam Webb, he practiced all week in limited fashion only, and he is also questionable. He is still dealing with the hamstring injury that he was dealing with last week. Of course, he played last week, so that was good. So I do think that out of Sam Webb and Foster Moreau, I think that Foster won't be able to go tomorrow. But I do think that Sam Webb, since he did play with that same injury last week, I think he'll play with it again this week because we need all hands on deck tomorrow. We do. We really, really do. So Rock Ya-Sin practiced in full the last 2 days. Darren Waller practiced in full the last 2 days. Roderick Teamer practiced in full the last 2 days. Hunter Renfrow last 2 days practiced in full. Denzel Perryman as well. And all of those guys are back, man. All of those guys are back. So that is very, very, very big news. Now, they have ruled out only one player on the Chiefs. On the Chiefs, the only player that's ruled out is their kicker, Harrison Butker. He is out, so hopefully that plays into our factor, right? If there's a close game tomorrow, hopefully their backup kicker can kind of shit the bed a little bit. Trey Smith, a very good guard for the Chiefs, was questionable. He's questionable for tomorrow's game. He was limited all week at practice. Juju Smith-Schuster is also questionable, along with Mike Dana. So they've got 3 questionable guys and 1 ruled out. We've got 2 questionable guys and 1 ruled out. So pretty close when it comes to the injuries. Thankfully, we did get pretty healthy this week. Also, we have the bye week, so that is very, very important. But yes, you guys, let's go ahead. Now that all that's been run down, let's get to your question. Brian says, if Mad Max misses tomorrow, Chandler Jones needs to have the biggest game in his career. Man, it'll be very, very tough if we don't have Mad Max Crosby tomorrow. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I do think that if Mad Max isn't able to go, I think that we should see a ton of Malcolm Kuntz. We should continue to see a lot of Cleveland Ferrell. But as of right now, I do believe that Max did travel with the team, and I think they are expecting his baby girl to be born after tomorrow's game. I don't think she's expected to go into labor today, so that's good news, so to speak, right? I feel like we're going a lot more healthy into this game than the past week, 100%. We have our number 1 corner on the outside back outside of Nate Hobbs. You got Denzel Perryman back after a scare. Hunter Renfrow returned. We are much more healthy. We've gotten a lot more healthy this week. So very good timing. Hopefully he'll play. I think he already traveled with the team. So, yeah, I think his baby girl will be born later after the game. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Max will play tomorrow. I hope so, Van City. Kenny says Max is playing. I hope so, man. The Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs. We got to score 7 points, not a whole bunch of threes. Facts, Watts. I mean, you're not going to beat them scoring 3 points. You're not. You're really, really not. I do understand that, like I was saying, Patrick Graham has had some of his best games as an NFL defensive coordinator against the Chiefs, especially last year when he held them to 16 points. But you can't go into a game thinking that you're going to beat any team in this league, besides the Chiefs, doing what we did the last 4 weeks of the season. Waller must be utilized against the Chiefs. He needs to step it up Monday night. Hey man, if there's ever a time to show off why you earned yourself a new contract, it's on prime time for the entire NFL to see when you're the only ones on playing. So if there's ever a time for him to go off, it should be this week. The reason why I say that is because their outside corners, their perimeter corners are pretty decent. Their linebacking core is pretty weak. They have Willie Gay Jr. and one other guy that always escapes my head, but their linebacking core is not the greatest. With Hunter Renfrow being back in the mix in the slot, that should open up more for Waller. Of course, we know that Devontae is going to be Devontae and have a good game. And with that being said, if they want to bring two guys over the top and make sure that Waller and Devontae don't eat, well, that's really going to help a guy that we've loved since the beginning of the season this year, Josh Jacobs, right? They put two safeties over the top, take one less guy out the box. It's gonna be a very, very good recipe for Josh Jacobs, man. If Jacobs gets a TD with Carr, two to three TDs, we win. I agree with that. You're saying 3 to 4 touchdowns tomorrow, roughly 28, 31 points. That would be a very, very good. Yeah, we would need that. We would need around 30-ish points to beat the Chiefs tomorrow. So I agree with that. Obliterate the like button, y'all. Shout out to my guy KO. Control the clock. Their corners are about 4 inches smaller than our wide receiver core. Yeah, they don't have, they lost Travarius Ward. They lost, I think L'Jarius Sneed is going to play, but they don't have the tallest perimeter corners. They really don't. So, I mean, if there's ever a time to, isolate Darren Waller in the red zone or isolate Mac Hollins or isolate Devontae, yeah, it'd be this week. You really got to pick at their weakest points. I feel like that's what the best play callers or offensive coordinators do. They just pick and target the weakest points of the opposing team's defense. That's what I feel like we should do. But like I said, in my opinion, DC is going to need to have a very good game. We're going to continue. We have to establish the run game from the first drive. From the opening drive, it needs to be done. For the simple fact that it's going to help Derek Carr, it's going to help Devontae, Waller, Renfrow, all those guys, Mac Hollins. It's going to help all of those guys the second we establish our run game early. Like I said, it needs to be early. It needs to be early, right? I can't stress this enough, man. They don't have the best linebackers. You've got to attack that. You've got to play smash mouth football. Keep Mahomes, keep Kelce, keep those guys off the field because they can strike at any given moment. And if you want a chance to win this game and go into the bye with back-to-back wins, you've got to go out and you've got to control the clock, pound the rock, be physical, and take your shots when you can with play actions, with screens. You've got to be smart with how you pick and choose your battles with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're probably the best, most well-coached team in the league. They can lose a star player like Tyreek Hill and not miss a beat. So that tells you how good their coaching is. So you've got to be ready for it. And that is a fact. Shout out to my guy OG. And just because OG reminded me.
And I think that somewhere within the first 5 to 10 plays of the game, the other team's quarterback must go down. And he must go down hard.
That's a fact, OG. I hope y'all heard that. And if you did, I'm going to play it again.
And I think that somewhere within the first 5 to 10 plays of the game, the other team's quarterback must go down. And he must go down hard.
There you go. There you go, man. Al Davis never lied. He never, ever lied. That's a fact, right? I think that, Mr. Patrick Graham is going to need to utilize his weapons, and I mean his weapons as in Jonathan Abram and Nate Hobbs. Those two are probably the two best blitzing defensive backs that we have on this team. Those two guys they shoot out of a cannon when they're ready to when they're ready to attack. You don't know our linebackers, losers. Chiefs got good, better than y'all raggedy ass linebackers who can't cover. Todd Willie Gay Jr. can't cover for his fucking life. He's a downhill linebacker. You guys don't have a good linebacking core. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's very fucking average, at best. At best. Play that for the defense. You know it. We need some turnovers for sure. And they're not going to be really easy to come by against Mahomes. But I will tell you this. If there is a game that we can get picks in the back end with Deron Harmon and Trayvon Merrick, it should be this one, right? Mahomes is going to throw the ball anywhere between 30 to 40 times this game. It's going to be a high volume of throwing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has gotten a lot more involved into their offense. But at the end of the day, you gotta limit Mahomes first. You gotta limit Kelce first, and then you worry about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That could be their last fucking option. Nobody's gonna be worried about Juju or fucking MVS. Those guys stink. They fucking suck. But like I said, man, the play calling, the coaching, best in the league in that organization over there. So we've got to come prepared. Let's see. Not just Mahomes, anybody on the offense can fumble. That is true. You really do got to attack that ball when they're running the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he is a little bit prone to fumbling that ball. Shout out to my guy Primos, man. He says just don't spin tackle them. You'll get a roughing the passer call like Brady got today. Mahomes is the NFL new golden boy, so they'll protect him. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. You've got to play the perfect game to beat those quarterbacks, right? It's interesting, right? Because Josh Allen, to me, is the best quarterback in the league, but Josh Allen runs and he runs hard, so he doesn't get those same calls, But, yeah. Do we see more 3-4 or 4-3 defense tomorrow? It'll probably make sense in my eyes. What I think that we should do, first downs, go out into your 3-4 where you have Max, Chandler, Cleveland, Bilal Nichols, Andrew Billings, right? You got all five of those big dogs up front ready to attack the run. Then what you can do, unless they run a hurry up offense from the get-go, then that allows you, okay, you take one of those guys off the field. Let's say it's Bilal Nichols, you take him off. Then you turn your defense into a sub package. You go into your nickel, your 4-2-5. So you can interchange a few things, but I think it'll be smarter to start off in a 3-4 on first downs to get five guys rushing the passer or five guys trying to set the line of scrimmage. So 5v5, right? They got five offensive linemen. I want to be able to match up every single guy one-on-ones, because if you can get one-on-ones, or if you try and double a guy like Max, then that means Chandler is one-on-one or Bilal is one-on-one. And at that point, you have to require your guys to win their one-on-one matchup. So I think that we should start off in that 3-4. I don't think that we'll be in that a ton. I think that you'll see a lot of 4-2 defense. I think that you'll see a lot of Divine Diablo and Jonathan Abram probably at sub linebacker and at linebacker tomorrow, just because we do not have Jayon Brown to cover on the third and fourth down plays, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We have a ton of downhill presence with our linebacking core right now, so that's good. Andy Reid might miss the game. Golden Corral has a new special with all the gravy you can drink. You're stupid. Shout out to OG, man. You're stupid, dog. Shout out to OG. If a linebackers can come off his fucking couch and start for you, y'all are fucking garbage. Not at all, man. He wasn't expected to start until we had another injury. We have Divine Diablo. We have Denzel Perryman. Both of those guys will start before Blake Martinez. But the simple fact is that we don't have Jayon Brown, who's our pass coverage linebacker, which means that our strong safety will probably come down and be a sub linebacker tomorrow, which means that really Blake Martinez is like the fourth option. And your fourth option gets a lot of looks on any team that you're on. So he's not starting. I mean, if you're going to make a statement like that, I hope you be right about it. He's not going to start. He will get reps. But, yeah, I mean, there's a ton of players that just come off the couch and go ahead and play well for teams. These guys are veterans. Blake Martinez has been in the NFL for 7 years. This dude's a tackling fucking monster with 144 or more tackles every single fucking season that he's healthy. So, yeah, he's not going to start, but he'll be out there. Let's see. Andy, I think Wasted's. Wait, what? I don't think Wasted's in here anymore, but offseason he was talking about seeing Patrick Mahomes with this defense because he ain't gonna like being hit hard. Well, this is the thing, man. Patrick Graham is gonna have to. He's gonna have to dial up a lot of pressure tomorrow, right? You cannot allow Mahomes to just sit back there and pick apart a fucking zone defense. I would much rather us run man coverage and bracket a guy like Travis Kelce and just force MVS or force Juju Smith-Schuster to win their one-on-ones because I don't think that they're going to do that very well. But what I was saying is you got to continue to blitz. You got to continue to blitz edge rushers, load the line of scrimmage with both your linebackers, send one in coverage, send the other one. So you got to do a lot of mix and matching. You got to disguise your coverages a lot. If you're going to run a cover 3, fucking show a cover 2 show, have one guy just come down immediately, play the hook to crow, stuff like that takes that split second more for the quarterback to read. So that, he can go through his progressions a little bit slower, which gets your pass rush a little bit more time to get home. And stuff like that, right? Patrick Graham is going to do all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying anything that's fucking like crazy. This guy's smarter than all of us when it comes to football and knowledge, right? So we'll see, man. Blake Martinez should be utilized over Travis Kelce. I disagree, man. I think that Travis Kelce, he has to go out there and be bracketed with Nate Hobbs and a safety. You have to do that the entire game. You have to force Travis Kelce the entire game to win a double team matchup. That's what you have to do because if I'm gonna be honest with you, like I said, MVS, Juju, if you're saying that those guys are the guys that have to beat you, so be it. I doubt that those guys are the ones that are really going to beat Rock Ya-Sin or beat the other guys that we have on this roster. So I would like to see either Jonathan Abram and Nate Hobbs bracket or Trayvon Merrick and Nate Hobbs bracket, but you got to make sure that whoever you do it with, you still got the over-the-top coverage. So that means that if you're going to bracket with Nate Hobbs, I would prefer it to be Nate Hobbs and Deron Harmon, just so that you can have Merrick over the top, or you can have Merrick and Nate Hobbs both bracketing Kelce, and then you have the veteran Deron Harmon over the top. I think that would probably be the best combination because then you allow Merrick to be closer to the play with Nate Hobbs. I think that that's a smarter outlook at it, but we'll see, man. Lock Kelce down, make them try and beat us with their new players. Exactly. It's exactly what I think as well. I seen Jacksonville today do a blitz with 2 LBs, 1 free, 1 to take the running back. It was Devin Lloyd and Ocon up the middle. It worked for a sack. Lloyd got the sack. Yeah, you've got to do a lot of miss. I don't know, not miscommunication, but you got to really dissect the types of pressures that you're going to do on a guy like Mahomes, because at the end of the day, Mahomes isn't a statue. He can also get free. So you have to make sure that the side that you're blitzing from, the other side is holding contain as much as possible, because if not, then he can outrun a backside blitz. Mahomes isn't the fastest guy, but Mahomes isn't slow either. So, you got to make sure that the opposite side of the blitz is containing, because if not, he can definitely outrun a backside blitz and throw a fucking crazy pass. Like, he does that every single fucking game. Let's see. Rock Ya-Sin on Kelce has the strength to get physical. Yeah, but I would actually rather Nate Hobbs be the one to do that. I really want to see Merrick and Nate Hobbs bracket them, because at the end of the day, Nate Hobbs is on fire. Merrick has the ball skills to do pass breakups and get interceptions. You've got to do that. You've got to put your 2 best guys on their best guy, because if not, we've seen Travis Kelce just fucking kill us in games, like single-handedly. So you've got to make sure you do that. The hardest part, in my opinion, you guys, is going into their home and doing it. So we'll see. Let's see. We'll destroy that raggedy ass Justin Watson and me. Hey man, I hope that you really believe that, Todd, because that's not gonna fucking happen, man. Spy with Abram, man coverage on receivers and bracket Kelce. Well, here's the thing. If you try and have a spy up, you can't really bracket, or else you're not gonna have a guy over the top, which is just plain old stupid if you're playing the Chiefs. You gotta have somebody over the top on every single play because fucking Mahomes, he'll take 3 fucking deep shots in a row. You gotta have somebody over the top. You can't bracket, spy, and have somebody over the top while playing man coverage everywhere else. On top of that, that means that their running back is going to be mismatched on the linebacker. So you got to play it smart as well. It's not as easy, but we'll see. Hobbs on Kelce, Merrick single high, Abram as a spy. Yeah, I would like that too. But personally, Raid, I would like to see fucking Kelce like get fucking exhausted, like bracketed every single play. Like I don't ever want to see a play where he's one-on-one with either Nate or Merrick. Simple fact is like our guys aren't bad players, but Travis Kelce is a Hall of Famer, and he will make us pay for fucking just one-on-ones. I wouldn't want to take that, but if it's occasional like 2 or 3 plays or 10 plays out of the entire game where it was just Hobbs on Kelce, I would like that. But I'm saying like 80% of the game, I want to have 2 guys accounting for Kelce. If I'm gonna be honest. Hobbs on Kelce, not the whole game. Yeah, that's probably our best matchup because thankfully we have Rock Ya-Sin back. So yeah, we will run y'all off the field with your small ass D front. What? Todd, go find your own content creators. Plus Todd's are always lame. Damn, that's fucked up. Spy is a waste of a player. I'd rather bring the heat off the edge. I agree, but there's certain scenarios where you do want to spy. Or what you could do, you could also put a guy on the line of scrimmage, make him show blitz, actually engage with a blocker, but as soon as he sees the quarterback get into that third or fourth step into his drop, he can pop back out and then he can begin on the spy. There's a lot of different ways that you can do those kind of things, but we'll see, man. The safety has to hit Kelce. Period. Help has to break up the pass. Absolutely. Martinez is a downhill linebacker. He can tackle. He can tackle his fucking ass off. Who's injured for this game? So the guy that's been ruled out is Jayon Brown. Foster Moreau is questionable. I doubt that he'll go, but it is nice to see that he is trending upwards. On top of that, I think Sam Webb is also questionable with a hamstring, but he played through that last week. So I'm hoping that he could play through it again and then just take the bye week to really nurse it. Shout out to my guy, Raid. He says, we're not bringing any heat. No more than 4 rushers at a time will go after the quarterback. I think that, in my opinion, I think that that's how you lose against the Chiefs. Because then that's just saying that Patrick Mahomes, the entire game, can just go up against a stock rush and just carve up his own defense or take his one-on-one shots with the outside guys. I think that we have to send pressure on Mahomes, and if we're gonna do it, we should do it early. I don't know if we should do it throughout the entire game on every drive, but from what Patrick Graham did last year, he blitzed a few times. He didn't do it a lot. He dropped his defensive lineman in coverage quite a bit with Azeez Ojulari when he was with the Giants. So he did a good amount, but he didn't really blitz too much. But he really made sure that almost every possession he had a guy or he had 2 guys over the top. Graham's runs a 3D line rush with a spy. He just did it against Murray and Wilson. Yeah. Let's see. I think that having a 3 rush makes sense when you go on your dime on 3rd and 8. He didn't do it all the time, but yeah, I agree. I think dime formation makes a lot of sense for us to do that. Puts an extra guy out there, allows you to have 7 or 8 DBs on the field. It's the best way to make sure that the Chiefs don't have explosive plays on the defense. But I don't know. I feel like we got to get after it for real. Let's see. He blitzed, but he didn't send more than 4 rushes the whole game. Yeah, no bend and break defense. You can't have everything, right? You can have everything when you play against the fucking Texans, but well, like against this team, you can't be stupid. You can't be stupid. Let's see. We need someone shifty if we blitz, maybe a Meek to rush Mahomes. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Chiefs got no content creators because if they're not winning, their fans are hiding under rocks. He blitzed, but he didn't send more than 4 rushers. My guy Amik will dog Kelce. Oh man, I, I don't know about that. I definitely don't know about that. But the good thing about that raid is that Patrick Graham is extremely smart with the way that he schemes up pressures. Right, he can overload one side, drop all of those fucking guys, and send 3 guys from the opposite side, and the offensive lineman would have shifted the fucking protection to one side already. So he's very smart. He's very smart. Patrick Graham is literally going to have to call a perfect game. He's going to have another great showing against the Chiefs. He lost against the Chiefs, I believe, but 16 points is very very good. Obviously, the Giants didn't have fucking Darren Waller, Devontae, and Renfro and Jacobs. So yeah, what's the score prediction? I don't know, man. I'm not doing no score prediction. Y'all season's over by halftime as long as y'all got garbage at QB. Hey man, for a Chiefs fan, he sure as hell does love the Raiders, man. He sure as hell does love the Raiders and talking about them. We have to play them different this year. They have a run game and spread the ball more. Yeah, they do. They do spread the ball out to many different guys. Patrick Graham ain't shit. We putting up 50. You guys haven't put up 50 at all this season. Let's see. No, we don't want to meet one-on-one with Kelce. Yeah, that'll be a fucking that's how you lose right there. Not because Amik isn't capable, but because I think Travis Kelce's fucking a foot taller than that motherfucker almost. So yeah, 37-27 Raiders winning by 10 points in Arrowhead. I don't remember the last time any opponent has done that. So we'll see. We'll see. 35-32, so a shootout. Do I see us giving up 32 points and do I see us scoring 35? I don't know. I think it might be a little bit more low scoring than what we expect. I don't know. I don't know if both teams have over 30 points. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not doing a score prediction, but I don't know. I don't know. Facts, Andy, chestnut checkers. I just hate the Queefs, bro. We all do. We all fucking hate them. We all hate them. What is a shootout considered in the NFL? Both teams over 30. Todd licks nuts. His sister too. That hat is fire. Appreciate you, my boy. I don't want a shootout. That benefits them. I want a slow game where we run the ball and keep Mahomes off the field. Facts, right? Because we know that their offense can take the top off in one play. We know that we have that ability as well. We just have not shown it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I definitely don't want to shoot out. I want Josh Jacobs to control the game. I just want. Look, I'm gonna retract that a little bit. I don't want Josh Jacobs to control the game. I want our running game to control the game. So if that means that Jacobs gets 20 touches or 25 touches, Zamir gets 6 or 7, I want us to see a full just clock management game where Mahomes fucking finishes the game with only having like 25 minutes on the ball. We've got to do something like that where we really control the clock have DC in a position where he can run play actions, where he can run these screens, where he doesn't have to fucking air that bitch out downfield because it's just not a good setting to be. Carbage scored 30 points in Arrowhead, fucking Oakland crackheads. Didn't we score 31 when we beat you guys in Arrowhead in 2021 or 2020? Like, come on, my boy. If you're gonna talk, come with facts. As long as we score one more point, I'm cool. Facts, Kenny. Facts. We got 5 billion running backs just to use one. Yeah, I want to be able to really spread the carries out. But if Jacobs is the hot hand, then Jacobs is the hot hand, and you feed him. My prediction is 17-14 Raiders by running the ball with Jacobs and Zeus, Mahomie on the sideline. 17-14. Damn, that's low scoring as hell. Wow, that is bold right there. That is a very, very bold prediction. Holding them to 14, and us only scoring 17. That's interesting, man. Definitely interesting. I need Forrest Gump card to show up again tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Is it gonna be good weather? I don't know. Does anybody got the forecast for tomorrow? Let me know. It was actually 40 plus. Well, there you go. So, yeah, I mean, crack is one hell of a drug. I wouldn't be surprised if Todd was on that. Let's see. Carlson game winner. I would love that. We don't have a deep threat to get into a shootout. Yeah. Monday high of 83, low of 58. The fucking Chief 65 TPT. That's good weather. I got it 34-24. Devontae two tug. Okay. What up, bro? Need to win on Monday night. I'll be honest. If there's any spot where the Chiefs really just fucking lack, it's corners. Like their corners are fucking dick. Like they suck. If I'm being honest with you, like they can't do anything. They can't do anything when they're matched up against fucking Devontae. There isn't one of their corners that can do it. They can consistently match up against Devontae. Their linebackers can't match up with Renfro in the slot. They honestly can't match up with Waller. If anything, Waller's gonna fucking beat himself this game if he keeps fucking up. Because let's be honest, Waller's been open all year long. He just hasn't fucking caught the ball. So we'll see. Speaking of deep threat, how are we feeling about T. Billy? Well, here's my thing. I believe he cleared waivers and we didn't fucking sign him to the practice squad. So that is very weird. I don't know why we haven't signed him to the practice squad. Because he cleared waivers. It's been fucking 2 days. So no team put a waiver claim in for T. Billy. We just, I guess, straight up are just moving on from Tyron Johnson, which is surprising as fuck. Like I don't think that's. I haven't questioned many moves that the front office has done in terms of personnel, but I do question this one, right? You go out and you get a 30-year-old Albert Wilson that's 5'9", 185 pounds, and you're saying that he's the replacement for a bigger, stronger, faster, and younger Tyron Johnson. I don't really get that. What happened to the Ravens QB? Lamar Jackson? What do you mean? What happened to Lamar? Let's see. Waller just got to catch. Facts. He's just got to catch that fucking rock, man. He's been getting open. He just hasn't completed the fucking play. He's got to do better. Let's see. I think T. Billy wasn't doing good in practice. That's why we haven't seen him. And team just are not gassing on him. Is Wilson playing Monday? What do you mean, Wilson? Wilson? What do you mean, Wilson? Do we have a player on our team named Wilson? Tyron Johnson probably wasn't picking up the scheme. That's possible, because I think, what was it, Devontae that said that this is one of the most detail-oriented and one of the toughest schemes that he had to learn. So it could be that. It could be that. But who do I have as our starting corners? Rock Ya-Sin, Nate Hobbs in the slot or outside, and probably a Meek Robertson. It'll probably be a Meek, and then you rotate in Sam Webb throughout the game. Albert Wilson, Andy. What? Oh, Albert Wilson. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think he will. I think we will. If we beat the Chiefs tomorrow, we put ourselves in a good position because after the bye week, we got Texans, Saints, Jaguars, Colts. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It is possible, right? But none of those games fucking matter if you don't beat the Chiefs. Like, it doesn't matter at that point. So, you've got to handle business. But Texans, that should be a win. Saints don't even have a fucking quarterback. That should be a win. Jaguars are probably the best out of those four that you named, but we should still be able to beat that team because they're very young, have a lot of fucking miscommunications, and they're just not really ready to go on and win a lot of games. Colts, you should be able to beat the Colts. So if you win, that would put you at 6-3, which would be very, very good. Yeah. Saints be ankle clippers. Y'all dirty. Fuck the Saints. Respect to Mahomes for the pressure about the Raiders. What did he say? What do you say, Carlos? He was with Miami in preseason. Yeah, Albert Wilson was there. He was with the Chiefs before that. But yeah, I thought Cleveland had the Chargers beat today, bro. Yeah, me too. But hey, can't rely on other teams to do the work that we should have done ourselves, So we'll see. Let's see. Can't sleep on the Colts. They beat the Chiefs. Yeah, but the Colts just fucking suck. Like they don't have a run game. Their offensive line is ass. I mean, they have a good defense. Cough, cough. We should have fucking signed Stephon Gilmore, by the way. But yeah, they've always had a defense. We have a good offense and we have a good defense. We should beat the Colts. Like that team really fucking sucks. I don't know how they beat the Chiefs. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, we can't be looking forward to the Texans, Saints, Jags, and Colts without beating this team first. Us losing to the Colts was our fault. So, Chiefer, like what happened in that game? Did you guys just turn the ball over a lot, or you guys just couldn't move the ball? What was the deal with that? I don't know how the fuck they beat the Chiefs. Like that team really sucks. Like that team didn't even score a point on the Broncos, or didn't even score a touchdown on the Broncos, but they somehow beat the Chiefs. What up, Andy? With all due respect, I just want to get past Monday victorious. Then we could do the rest of the season record predictions, but still carry on. Exactly. I 100% agree with that. Man, Matt Ryan, old, and Taylor hurt right now. Yep. Defense better stop the Chiefs because if Gus Bradley is able to somehow stop Mahomes, Graham should do that. But double, I agree. Dropped passes, muffed punt. So yeah, lot of mistakes. Beating the Chiefs would be a huge turnaround for the nation for sure. And it's the thing, right? It's like for us to beat the Chiefs is that's something that we need to do to show that what we've been putting in terms of work on the off season is really real, right? Because let's just be honest, right? We're fucking 7-1 in the last 8 times, or 1-7 in the last 8 times that we've played in Arrowhead. That's fucking horrible. That is horrible. Now, thankfully for us, that one win did come pretty. It wasn't too long ago. It wasn't last year, but it was the year before that. So we know that we can do it. But I will say this. The Chiefs, they're a very well coached team. We have to go up there and we have to play our best ball because let's be honest, there isn't another team on this fucking list. Maybe the Rams, but that's just because the Rams are very loaded in terms of a roster. look, got to go out there. We got to play our best game. They don't have the playmakers that they had before, but guess what? They're spreading the ball out more than they have in many years since they had fucking Alex Smith. So, with that being said, you got to have Mahomes in a situation where he's got to continue to make these crazy plays. You got to force him to make these acrobatic shits because you can't live and die by that. I know Mahomes can do it once or twice, maybe 3 times a game, but if you force him to live and die by that, it's just not a good recipe. Um, and simply, you just have to try and limit, not fucking take. We're not gonna eliminate Travis Kelce from the game. Travis Kelce could have fucking 65 yards, and I'll say that that's a good day for us, bro. Like 65 yards from your tight end is not really good if your defense is giving that up. But guess what? But guess what? At the end of the day, if fucking Kelce has 65 against us, that means that we have to force Mahomes to throw it to Juju, throw it to MVS, really commit to a run game, and that'll help us. That'll help us. So we've got to go out there and we got to play our best football. And I think that with our team getting healthy as we have this last week, this is our best opportunity to do it. It sucks that we're in a position where we kind of feel like we have to do it right now because of such a poor start to the season that we have had. But at the end of the day, that's the position that we're in. So this is what we have to do, right? Chiefs, we're probably going to split with them anyways, whether we win this game or win the last game of the season. Of course, as a fan, you would love to fucking sweep your divisional rival. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So like I said, whether it's this time or the next time we play them, we've got to get a win out of these two matchups. But where we're at in our season, we need our win to come sooner rather than later. So, yeah. Is Max playing Sam's? He's expected to travel with the team, and pretty sure his daughter will be born the day after, or yeah, hopefully it is. Hopefully it is the day after. Raid showed it could be done on his channel to beat the Chiefs. Yeah, we could definitely beat them. Subscribe, Chiefers, subscribe to Raiders football talk and hit that like button. Facts, man. If y'all want to subscribe, man, and join part of the Raider Nation, y'all can, bro. Subscribe. It is interesting to see your guys' difference in opinion. Instead of just all of us fucking agreeing on the same thing at times. It is interesting to hear your guys' input on it. But it is fuck your team forever. Fuck that team. But yeah, we need this win most definitely. With Rock Ya-Sin back to be on the outside, would you have Nate Hobbs follow Kelce around? Absolutely, absolutely. There's no denying that Nate Hobbs is our best defensive back, not just corner. There's no denying that, and you have to go out. You have to go out and you gotta fucking put your best DB on Kelce, right? In my opinion, from what I see, is that you should bracket Kelce on almost every single play and make Mahomes distribute the ball to every other receiver. Now, it is easier said than done. Travis Kelce is a Hall of Famer. But if you're asking me, I would much rather Deron Harmon chill in the back, chill at post safety, let him make sure that nothing goes over the top. And I think that you'll have a lot of success with Trayvon Merrick and Nate Hobbs on a bracket or on a double team, if that's what you like to call it, on Travis Kelce. And then you can have Rock Ya-Sin on the outside or Amik Robertson on the outside. Those two guys, you got to play it like that, right? You've got to do that against Mahomes. Have to. Hope Josh McDaniels knows he's going up against Andy Reid. That is something that I want to talk about. So shout out to my guy Watts. That is a very, very, very good point. I hate the Chiefs, but the one thing I respect is that they never take their fucking foot off the gas. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Now, if Josh McDaniels wants to take all these pages out of Belichick's book, well, guess what, buddy? You are now a Raider. One thing that you need to take out of fucking Andy Reid's book is that he doesn't care about your feelings, your emotions, none of that shit. He's going to run up the score and he's going to embarrass you. Because guess what? That's what you need to do in this league. This is a league where everybody's getting paid millions of dollars on offense and defense. These are all professionals, And you can't say I'm going to score 20 points in the first half and just let my offense coast in the second half. It's not how it fucking works. If you get 20 in the first half, you do the same shit in the second half. Josh McDaniels cannot be really conservative, but I will say this: if Josh McDaniels doesn't want to air the ball out and make it so that Mahomes can get on the field, well, guess what? Then what you do there is that you continue to establish a run game and you decide to feed that run game until you can't anymore. Until you can't anymore. Taking your foot on the putting your foot on the gas does not mean airing it out. No, it just means executing to perfection, plays after plays after plays after plays in a cycle to where the fucking defense cannot stop it, right? Whether that means you're going to run 35 passes or 10 play actions, whatever you need to do, but you don't ever get relaxed, especially not against this fucking team. It's a divisional opponent. Whatever the result is or the outcome is out of this game, we play them again, and they're going to remember it, or we're going to remember it, and we're going to want to do the complete opposite of what we did last time. So we got to go out and we got to get this win, man. Have to. The Chiefs have the number one run defense, but they haven't played an RB this Jacobs caliber. Well, Terry, if I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care about that, because when we played the Broncos, they were the number 2 in almost every single category. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, if there's one thing that Carmen Brasillo and McDaniels have done here that's positive, at the end of the day, it's the running game. There hasn't been a team that has stopped our run offense, if I'm going to be honest with you. Week 1, the Chargers tried. They couldn't. But for some reason, we went away from the run. The Arizona Cardinals, they couldn't. They tried. But for whatever reason, we went away from the run game. Same thing happened in the Titans game. Well, there's only so many times that you can do that until that you see, hey, man, it's Broncos. Fuck it. They had the number 2, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm going to run it at your throat. It's what we did. And guess what? We got the perfect outcome that we wanted, which was a win. So if you want to win, establish that run, establish it early, commit to it, and allow your quarterback to go out there.
Is the will to win. Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You will not get.
Shout out to my guy Carlos, man, for becoming a member. Appreciate you, my dog. If you guys would like to become a member of the channel, you can. The link is now in the chat. I don't know what the fuck I was just saying, but I'm sure it was along the lines of run the ball and keep DC comfortable. So, yeah. But a little bit more onto that point. I do think that with Derek Carr, the way he's played, you have to establish a run, because I do think that he's regressed a little bit in terms of accuracy. His accuracy was well above the 65s and basically every single fucking season the last 3, 4, 5 years. This year it's the lowest it's been since his rookie season. So we got to make sure that Derek Carr gets comfortable. We got to make sure that he has a run game to lean on, a play action game to lean on, and then we could really worry about feeding X, Y, or Z, right? But make sure that we get the run game established early, man. Early. Sup, Andy? Shout out to my guy Kim, Daniel Kim in the building. Shout out to my guy. Sup, Andy? Just was able to hop on listening to catch up with the discussion. Shout out to my guy, man. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you for popping in, man. Exactly. That's what I was meaning. Jacobs and White should feast. Yeah. Regardless of where their defense is ranked or all that other bullshit, like I said, the Broncos were ranked top 2. And look what happened there. So I don't care about that other shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're gonna run the ball, you run the ball hard. Simple. Simple. It is what it is. Let's see. By the way, Browns being the Browns, man. Yeah. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, are we surprised? But at the end of the day, this is what I always said. And shout out to Carlos rocking the new emojis. For those of you guys, that's something that you do get with the channel. Becoming a member, you get emojis and all kinds of access. But let me tell you this. When it comes to the Browns game, it does suck. I would have loved for them to beat the Chiefs, but we should have did that, or beat the Chargers, but we should have did that. We should have handled our own business, and we shouldn't have to rely on other teams to do it. So yeah, I can't wait for Everett to come back if our corners are able to play. If our corners um been able to play at a high level and in all honesty carry the defense. Imagine Everett playing after the bye week. Oh my goodness. Getting Anthony Averett after the bye would be phenomenal. Getting DJ Turner back after the bye would be great as well. You know, he can return kicks. He's a guy that can do anything. He's a Swiss Army knife on the team. He can be a wide receiver. He could get lined up in the backfield. He could do a lot of shit, man. He could return kicks. I think that DJ Turner, him coming back, hopefully there is a plan for him in this offense. Hopefully Josh McDaniels does have a big role implemented for him in the offense. I do get that he is the UDFA at a Pitt, smaller guy. But I'm gonna be honest. I actually do really want to see DJ Turner have a role in this team. Um, because I think that he can offer a lot, right? A guy we've seen it, right, with Cordero Patterson, with Debo Samuel, and I'm not saying that that's what DJ Turner is, but there is a role now being mixed in with the way that this NFL has developed and transitioned to. There's a role for those guys that are like tweeners, right? That can do a little bit of everything. So I think that DJ Turner. I think that we should be able to have a role for him once he returns after the bye week. Hopefully, we can get him and Anthony Averett and at the same time. So we'll see. We'll see, man. Shout out to my guy OG says, "Hey, are you doing a play by play?" I think for tomorrow I'm gonna be live with my dog, with my guy Graf. So we'll be on his channel, but I should be doing I think I might do a pregame show with him earlier in the day for like 30 minutes before we jump on. But I think I'll do the play by play with him on his channel. Respect Andy Nation Love. Shout out to my guy Kenneth, bro. Appreciate you, my guy. Brandon says, "What's good? What's popping?" I better not see Renfro doing punt returns tomorrow. Absolutely not. Freddie Chavez in the building says, "Red Nation for life." Shout out to my guy. I want him to be at least starting punt returner for sure. I mean, DJ Turner, he can return kicks. He can. Is it me or is every other Raiders fan wanting all the other teams, the AFC, with 2+ wins to lose today? Yeah, for sure. Andy, we need to get the offense back. The defense ain't the problem. Kenny, I 1000% agree with you, bro. The defense has been holding us into every single game, putting us in a position to where we can win. We haven't finished it in the games that we had those opportunities. We finished it last week, but last week is last week. Got to win this week, so we'll see. It's a team win, but I feel like that Graham has the spotlight tomorrow with his scheme. I disagree. I think that I think that this is Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels absolutely has a spotlight, in my opinion. Does Martinez play tomorrow in a place of Brown? Yes, he has to. Come on, Andy, stay on your channel Monday night. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I've only done one play-by-play show. That was with you, Week 18 against the Chargers. Yeah, that was fun, bro. That was stressful. It was fun. It was horrible. It was amazing. All at the same time. Shout out to my guy LG, man. It was all of those at the same time. Fucking Week 18 last week. Oh my, last year. That was interesting. That was fucking interesting, dog. That was tough. That was tough, but it was a great game at the end because we got the result we wanted. But yeah, that was a tough one. I believe Adams goes off this game with their corners. Thoughts? I think he should, right? I mean, none of their defensive backs can really match up with Devontae. Spagnola's good DC. He'll have something schemed up. He'll dial in a lot of pressure. So Derek Carr's got to be ready for that. He's got to understand where his hot reads are at all times. He's got to understand mismatches, right? If fucking Darren Waller is on a 5'11" corner, well, guess what? You got to throw that jump ball. If Hunter Renfro's on a fucking Willie Gay Jr., you target Willie Gay Jr. We gotta pick on their weak points, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But I think that Devontae Adams should go off. I think that we should see Devontae Adams get 1 or 2 touchdowns tomorrow, and hopefully, when it's all said and done, the Raiders are 2-3 going into the bye with back-to-back wins against their divisional rivals. That's what I think. But with that being said, you guys, shout out to all of you guys for pulling up. It's been over an hour already. If you have not already and you like the content that you see on this channel, hit that subscribe button and join the family. We are very, very close to 7,000 subscribers. So join the family if you are new and you like what you see here. Play-by-plays, live shows, breaking news videos. We do everything that you could think of, film studies. We do it all here. So if you like Raiders content, join the fam, hit the sub button. But without further ado, you guys, thank you for all pulling up. I love y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday weekend with all the football on. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.